Monday. Oh boy. So tomorrow I'm going to be live for a little bit longer of a class, but tonight I just want to pop on live really quick to demonstrate your fascia stretch challenge for the week. Last week I demonstrated resistance while doing child's pose to stretch the fascia in the chest and in the lats. And those of you that joined me, thank you. I hope it felt good. Let me know if you did. Today we're going to target the hamstrings, and I want you to target them for the whole week. This stretch you can do anywhere. I recommend doing it at the beginning of the day just to see if it changes how you feel and how you move through the day. I'm going to perform this in standing so that, again, it's very easy. We don't have to get on the floor and find somewhere to hold on to. This is what I would suggest doing instead of throwing your leg up on a bench and reaching forward and trying to stretch and pull that hamstring. Oftentimes when you do that, you run the risk of overstretching, especially when you overstretch your hamstrings, which I did for 20 years as a dancer and led me to chronic pain and scar tissue issues. The potential of overstretching the hamstring can cause a lot of problems for your glutes, the attachments of the hamstrings on your ischial tuberosity or your butt bone, your knees, and just cause imbalances overall. When we keep the health of our hamstrings going, we actually can reverse some of the aging. I'll get more into that, and if you have questions about that, I will definitely touch on it more. But fascia stretching, scientifically, they're doing a lot of different things to research the benefits of taking care of it, how to take care of it, and what that means. But when we have very healthy fascia, which I have experienced improving the health of mine over the past many years, there's almost a reversal of age in your body when it comes to your muscles. You can utilize their contraction better, they're more efficient, you have less pain, better flexibility, but supported flexibility, a lot of benefits. If there was one area of the body that most human beings have a problem with, that it's overly tight because of our modern lives, and especially right now, are our lateral hamstrings, because we're sitting a lot more and we're moving around a lot less. As we move through our days and we're sitting and we start to get tight in our hamstrings, the lateral hamstrings, the one not right in the middle of the belly, but just lateral, can get really, really tight. This stretch you can vary in a couple different directions to get the medial hamstrings, the lateral hamstrings, by changing your position slightly. I'm going to demonstrate that right now. Best to find a place that you have good contact with the floor. So you don't want to slip and slide. So socks on a hardwood floor probably aren't the best things to do. Take your socks off, that might work better. When you're fascia stretching, you want to shorten the muscle in the area that you want to stretch. Add activation by contracting that shortened muscle and move in the opposite direction while maintaining that resistance. That's how you can affect your fascia. And the beauty of it is that you don't need someone else to do it for you. It is wonderful and beneficial if they can, but right now that's not possible. Or if you don't have the right tools like a foam roller or ball, you can just use your own body. And the best part about it is that it not only stretches your fascia, but you also get a workout in strengthening the other parts of your body that are doing the work. So I see a few of you are joining me tonight. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a good first day after the holiday weekend. Please let me know what this feels like. My suggestion is to do this fascia hamstring stretch every day this week for your challenge. Make a commitment. Say, I want to know what this really feels like. Let me give it a go. And then next week we'll come up with a new one. Hamstrings, here we go. Standing up, taking a nice long, lengthened spine. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. Let your body settle in. First, bring your feet hip width apart. Notice that you have full foot contact in both your feet. Imagine your footprint and the pressure of the pad of the big toe, the pad of the pinky toe, and your heel are even on each foot on both sides. Next, think about 50-50 body weight in both of your legs. Oftentimes, we shift our body weight when we're standing without even realizing it and putting pressure in one area compared to the other or the full foot. You might recognize that in your shoes where you have them worn off on one side. If you're doing that, this is a really good practice. It's real simple. One more time, 50-50 body weight in both of your legs and imagine your footprint in the sand. For me, I have to push that extra little bit into the pad of my pinky toe to get the full contact in both my feet. When I do it, it transfers my body weight 50-50. Bonus. Take 1 foot forward and 1 foot back. There's about a foot distance between my feet, but I'm still hip width apart. I don't want to be in a straight line, this is called tandem, to challenge my balance. You want a little bit of separation. From here, take your front toes and lift them up. Both of my legs are straight but not locked out. You want to protect your knees. If you feel something funky going on in your knees, stop, adjust, try it a little bit different. If that still doesn't work, then don't do it and let me know. Micro bend in both legs. Hips squared, shoulders squared, tummy tight. My front hamstring is where I'm going to do the fascia stretch first. So by bringing my body weight centered and a little bit forward, I'm shortening my hamstring to begin. I'm adding activation in that shortened muscle by pressing my heel down and back as if I want to slide my heel back like this, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep my foot where it is and dig it into the ground and in the direction going back. I have that now, I feel it. Once I have that, move in the opposite direction. Bring your hips back and down a little bit in the opposite direction. I'm keeping the micro bend in my knee, I'm keeping the resistance going back. And with this leg, double check that your knee isn't past your toes. It should stay behind your toes in this position, but you're basically doing a unilateral squat on the leg you're standing on, so there's a strengthening aspect for this leg while you're stretching the one in front. We're going to go into a few reps. Starting forward, center between both legs, lift your toes up. Heel presses down and back. Without moving, pause. Notice that you feel in that front hamstring. Once you do, hips go back, and you're pulling in the opposite direction. If your leg shakes, it's moving around a little bit, that's okay. That's your nervous system trying to get the message into that hamstring to contract. Typically, if there's a lot of shaking happening, there's a possibility you have dense fascia or scar tissue somewhere in the path that you're working. Heel down and back, draw it back. Ooh, I had a huge adjustment there. I felt a lot of tissue change its position. And back up. Press down and back, pull back. I have a cape on today, not by choice, I just want to be cozy today, a little sleepy after the weekend. One more time and then I'm going to show you a variation to get that lateral hamstring. Press the heel down and back. Pause. I have it. Let me know if you have it. Draw the hips back. I have a lot of scar tissue left over in this issue of tuberosity, this attachment from an injury a long time ago. So this feels pretty intense when I'm doing this side. If you're feeling a lot of like, whoa, I feel a lot happening right there, you might have some scar tissue. Lateral hamstrings. Take that front heel and move it up to the side about 2 inches. That's it. Everything else stays the same. Your heel is still going to press down and back. It might have a little bit of direction going towards the opposite leg, so maybe it's back and on the diagonal. Your hips are going to go back and again on the diagonal, a little bit in the opposite direction. Keep that micro bend in that leg. Coming back up, press that heel down and back. I lied, actually I think this is getting a little bit more of our medial hamstrings, not the lateral. We'll do lateral again. Back up, resist heel down and back, pull back. Keep your tummy tight. Let your core get a workout here as well. Heel down and back. Noticing keeping my back straight. Keeping my abs engaged to support my back. One more. Down and back. Thanks for those of you joining. And, oh, it feels good. Let's go opposite direction. We open the foot a couple inches to the side to start the first adjustment. Now we're going to move in. I'm looking down at my feet and my heel basically is straight out, not very far in front of my other leg, and I'm going to lift my toes up again here. Now I'm going to press down and in the opposite diagonal. So now those lateral hamstrings. I'm almost like I want to slide my foot like this, but I'm not going to. It's going to stay. Once I have it, this is a little different. I'm not going to go quite as far. I'm pulling my hips back. Ooh, this actually feels good. Holy cow. crazy here. It's a lot of balance. You feel free to hold on to a chair, the back of a couch. Oh my gosh, this feels amazing. Holy cow. I hope you're trying this at home. Press it down in the opposite direction and you move your body away from it. All right, whew, rest. Oh my gosh, that felt really good. Imagine when you're going out for your walks these days. I know so many people are going out for walks. Try doing your hamstring stretch like this before going out for a walk and also when you get back and just see how it feels. Maybe it'll feel really good. And when you're walking and you have done that fascia stretch, use your muscles. I often think that people walk, we just kind of go into the rhythm of it, how we just normally would walk. But if you think about contract your hamstrings, contract your glutes, use your core, all of a sudden your walk becomes so much more than just a casual stroll. You're getting a lot out of it and also helping to support your body along the way. On to the other side. First start, hips squared off, chin tuck, find that posture, engage that core. Opposite foot's gonna come forward now. Right now, I'm keeping everything square to the front. Hips squared, toes forward. Bring your toes up, micro bend in both legs, front heel presses down and back. Once you feel it in the back of the hamstrings, hips go back. Keep the resistance going the whole time. Back up, press the heel down and back. Let your breath move through. You have control over how much resistance you're using. If you're feeling this, that it's kind of talking to you like it's too much to start, and you're new to this, just offer yourself a really light resistance, a light muscle contraction, and back up. Tummy's tight, heel presses down and back. Finding your movement back. I went a little bit deeper that time. I had a little bit extra space. One more on this side. And we'll move into our adjustments. Good, back up. Take that foot in front, move your heel over 2 inches to the outside, wider. Press the heel down and maybe on the diagonal a little bit as if you're gonna slide it towards the back foot. Once you have that, tummy's tight, your hips are gonna move back, but maybe off to the diagonal, away from that heel in front slightly. And back up. Maybe feel this a little bit in your medial hamstring or more inside of your hamstrings, back of the thigh. Press it down and back. Let your breath move through. If you're doing this with me, it might help you to actually have an extra good night's sleep tonight. And I also recommend drinking a lot of liquid, a lot of fluid, water. Kind of like when you get a massage, you need to kind of flush things out a little bit. Same thing here. Especially when you're stretching the fascia of a really big muscle. We're gonna go to those lateral hamstrings. So my feet here are basically now in alignment. I'm gonna lift my toes up. My heel raises down and on the opposite diagonal as if I'm gonna slide like that. But my foot's not gonna move. I'm just activating the fascia and that lateral hamstring here. I feel it. And now my hips are gonna just go back. A little bit onto that diagonal as well. There's that balance. All right, back up without resistance. Add your resistance. Draw the hips back on the diagonal. Oh, these lower hamstrings are really good. If you're having difficulties finding this where you want it, let me know and I'll be happy to do a little video session to help. I'm gonna hold on the wall. Here's a good way you can hold on the wall. And I'm really gonna get into there because now I don't have to worry about the balance. My angles might be a little bit off from what you can see here. I'm resisting on that diagonal here. And back. Awesome. Okay, there's week 2 challenge, fascia stretch. One fascia stretch every day, hamstrings. Refer back to this video if you need to. I will be posting it to my newsfeed so you can find it there. Share it with your friends because I'm trying to spread the word of fascia because I want to feel good, and this helps, especially right now. I've been enjoying the way I've been able to practice and use the fascia stretching during this time. I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful Monday, and I will be back tomorrow morning at 10:15. I'll be at home with my kiddos. It's always a little bit crazy, but I'll do a combination of about, 20 minutes of fascia stretching, upper and lower body. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.